Here's your North Tustin single family residence homeowners report for the 92705 zip code east of the 55 freeway. Okay, so we're just looking at data from east of the 55 freeway. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about some price data. We're going to talk about some sales data, and then we're going to get into some predictions, or maybe not predictions, but more of things that I think you need to be aware of, pay attention to as we move forward into January of 2022. If you want to keep up to date on these updates that we do every single month, just somewhere on this video there is a link somewhere where you can go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. You'll get a notification whenever we do a new update video. We do them every single month, so you're not going to get a lot of notifications just when we do our updates. Let's get into it. So let's talk about some price data. So in North Tustin, keep in mind, again, this is just for single family residents in the 92705 east of the 55 freeway. Okay. So in August we had peaked out at an average of 1,600,000, and in December we peaked out at a median of 1,479,000. Now, what am I looking at here? We're looking at 5 months of data. We're looking at that because we're trying to keep an eye out for any kind of interesting trends that are happening that we need to pay attention to, and we're looking at median and average. And the reason is because we just don't have enough data to get a really good solid median. If we had 100 homes selling, well, then we could get a good number, but we don't. We have very few. As you know, the inventory is really low, and you'll see when we look at the numbers that the inventory is very low, and so it just makes it hard. So we cross-check it with a little average just to kind of see where things are going and what the trend is. If we look at this, we're excuse me, August, September, 1,400,000. We dropped down to October, 1,285,000, and then November back up to 1,400,000, and December 1,479,000 for a median. Now, that just could mean because of the few number of homes that are being sold. It just depends on where it's going to land. But if we look at the average here, you look at 1,600,000, and then we were kind of averaging for about 3 months here in the mid to upper 1,400,000 range, and then we go to the 1,573,000. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think we're doing okay there with these numbers. We're just going to kind of keep an eye on it and see where it continues to take us as we move into January of 2022. Now, how much are people paying above the original ask price? This is a good piece of data because it kind of tells us what demand is for the particular area. And back in August, we peaked out at 102.5%. In December, we're at 100.7%. So basically what that means is people are paying 0.7% above what your asking price is in order to get that property. So this number tells us, people aren't getting into fistfights out in the front lawn, because they want to buy your property, right? But there's demand, because we're still above the 100 mark for sure. But there's demand, but it may not be as strong as some other areas. And like for example, Tustin Ranch is 105.7, I think, is what people are paying above that. The list price. So be aware of this when you're pricing your property. Price it appropriately. Don't think, well, I can just put an extra, $50,000 or $100,000 on it, and people are going to go crazy and buy the house. Price it appropriately. Look at some good data and get the right numbers. So, price per square footage. Now we do have a trend here. We see we're at 533, but then we had a drop of 508. Went to 544, 563, and 572. So we are having a little bit of an increase in the price per square footage, which is that's another really good indicator of where things are going for you as a homeowner. Let's look at sales data. Sales data, new listings. So you can see we peaked out 42 in August, but in December we only had 8 new listings. Now, put this into perspective. We had 7,836 homes in the 92705 east of the 55, right? 7,836 homes, and only 8 come up for sale. That is crazy. That is 0.001. So 1/10 of 1% of all the homes available came up for sale in December. That is just crazy, right? So, and this number is dropping. So remember that new listings, 8 new listings, and then days on market, average days on market. It's good. It's dropping. Looks like 18 days on market. Some of those days are going to be negotiating time frames. So, like if you have several different offers, or you have to do counter offers back and forth to kind of work out some details. But it doesn't take 18 days to do that. But so what this tells us is, you can expect almost 3 weeks before you actually get an offer that you are going to go, okay, this is the offer that we want and we like. And that's okay. 18 days is good. Okay. Closed sales, we had 12 closed sales. Okay, so remember I said we had 8 new listings come in the market, but we got 12 closed sales. So what that means is that inventory shrinking. We got more selling than we have coming into the market. So inventory is shrinking. Now that's a good thing for you, the homeowner, because you're going, okay, gosh, hey, if I'm the only game in town, then people are gonna come to my house and buy my house, and probably pay some sort of premium on it too. So 12 closed in December. Months of supply. So this is basically, hey, if we stop putting any new homes on the market in the 92705 area, and then we just, how long would it take to get all of those properties sold? And it's currently 0.7 months, translates into about 21 days. So 21 days, everything would be sold. Gone, nothing else. No other homes to choose from in the 92705 area code. This is just an indicator to tell us, hey, again, we don't have a lot of inventory that's out there. Let's look at active listings. So at the end of December, we had 21 listings. That's nothing. That is nothing. 21 listings out of 7,836. So if you think about that, you're going, my gosh. If from a buyer's perspective, they go out and they go, wait, this is all I have to choose from? And I'm looking for something specific that has these features that, okay, great. Now I have 2 or 3 to choose from, right? It's really low. Again, in your favor as a homeowner in the 92705 zip code. So let's talk about, get into housing predictions and markets. But first, look, if you're thinking about selling your house in the 92705 zip code, give me a call. I've been serving in the Tustin area since 1997. Been doing this for a long time, and we only charge a 1% listing fee. Been doing that for a while, and we do everything that everybody else does. So save some money. Give me a call if you like. Okay, moving on. So you guys are in control right now. You still have the control with the low inventory, relatively quick days on market, the cost per square footage going up, all these other good things, your median going up. Okay, so going forward in January 2022, here's something that I do know that is going to happen. I know it's going to happen because it's been happening since I've been in this business in 1997. And you look at this chart, it's a historical chart of new listings that come into the market in the Tustin area. And the green dots represent December every single year. And you see it bottoms out as far as new listings every single year in December. And then what happens is everybody starts putting their house on the market. Why? Well, because they just didn't want to put their house on the market during the holidays, or they didn't, there's just too much hassle going on and things like that. Let's wait till after the new year, then we'll start putting it on the market. Well, what this means is it means competition for you coming up. But that being said, when we're talking about competition, we're not talking about hundreds of homes. We're talking about, even if they doubled or quadrupled the number of active listings in the 92705 area, it still causes a low inventory situation. So we're okay there, but just know that the inventory is going to increase. We don't know what it's going to look like yet. We'll see, and we'll report it to you next month. But some things to be aware of and just be looking for going forward. 2 months ago, Zillow put out this announcement that they were shutting down their buying division, their home buying division. Shut it down. Not back off, not ease off, not slow it down. Shut it down. Let 2,000 employees go. And the reason was because they're saying that their numbers were showing that it wasn't profitable for them to buy houses. And you got to wonder, well, wait a minute, you guys are the biggest data aggregator of real estate in the country. And if you have all this data and now suddenly you're saying it's not profitable to buy houses, what does that mean for us, right? What does that mean for us? What do they know that we don't know yet? Okay, and this was 2 months ago, and we haven't really seen any great big shift happen in the marketplace, so we don't know what they're seeing. Now, some people were speculating that, oh, Zillow was just, the reason that they did that was because they were overpaying for those properties. And if that's the case, well, then why don't they just stick a sign in the yard and sit on it for a minute? Because with low inventory, high demand, quick days on market, increasing prices, increasing cost per square footage, and blah, blah, blah. Why didn't they just sit on it for just a little bit, put a sign in the yard, and sell it at least for break even and pull out? But no, instead what they said was, we're going to dump, not only stop our buying, but anything that we owned, 7,000 homes, we're going to get rid of. We're going to dump it. We're going to get rid of it. What I mean by dump it is, like I said, not put a sign in the yard, but they're putting it out there for wholesale buyers to buy these properties. They're selling them in chunks to these big other wholesale buyers, where they're going to buy them. They're going to, at a discount, probably less than what Zillow paid for them, and then they're going to go in. They're going to rehab them. They're going to sell them and hopefully make a profit on it as well. So again, another red flag. What? Stop the buying division. Okay, not profitable to buy houses. Dump the properties that we have because for some reason they're not valuable anymore. And then also they were in contract with hundreds of buyer or home sellers across the country, and they canceled every single contract. They were in escrow. Hey, we want to buy your house. Great, buy our house. Open escrow. Canceled hundreds of them across the country. It's just too many red flags from such a big company like that for us to ignore. Now again, 2 months have gone by, haven't really seen the effect, but what's coming down the road? Happy New Year, I don't know what's next, right? And then we had other reports starting to show up that saying that iBuyers were selling their house or their properties at a loss as well. This is in Arizona, but still, okay, where's the red flag? And then we had the Omicron variant show up a month ago, at the beginning of December. We had the Omicron variant show up, and it caused everybody to kind of pause and go, wait, what does this mean? What's going to happen? Okay. Everybody kind of was like, okay, it doesn't feel like it's as big of a deal as the media is making it out to be at this particular point. And then all of a sudden we get this mask mandate. That now we have to start wearing masks indoors in Orange County. And if you take a look at places like the Netherlands right now, they're on full-on lockdown. I mean, full, hardcore lockdown. And if that creeps back over here again, then that changes the dynamics in the real estate space again, as far as the way properties are made available, the way that they can be shown, and a whole variety of things that we have to be cognizant of as we move forward into January 2022. So just pay attention to that. And if you need something in buying, selling, whatever in the Tustin area, the North Tustin area, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to help you out in any way that I can. Call, text, email. Been doing this for a long time. So look forward to talking to you guys real soon, and keep an eye out for our report next month. Take care.